Many seasons ago, in the ancient village of Uzome, there was a place that did not belong to day or night. It was called the Moonlight Market. It appeared only when the moon grew full and bright, hanging like a calabash of milk in the sky. No man knew who built it. No woman knew where the sellers came from. But every month, when the silver light covered the land, the market rose like bread from the ground. There were stalls that sold pepper that never finished in the pot, baskets that cleaned themselves, cowries that hummed when danger approached. But among all the wonders, none was more talked about than the small hair hut at the end of the road, covered in long black braids that swayed even when there was no wind. It belonged to Madame Yere, the hairdresser of Mysterious Hands. She was tall, slim, skin smooth like river stone, eyes dark like night with no stars. She did not laugh. She did not beg for customers. She simply sat before her mirror, comb in hand, waiting. And women came. Some came shy, some came proud, some came old, hoping to look young again. And if you sat in Madame Yere's chair, she would not ask questions. She would only say in her soft, slow voice, "Let me bring out the beauty inside you." And truly she did. When she finished, your hair would shine like welled silk, your face would glow, even your posture would change. You would walk home as if the ground itself bowed to you. Soon, news spread across Uzome village. "Have you seen Mama Chinyere lately? She looks 20 years younger." Adaku's hair was short like broom. Now it flows like river water. Even widow Adamma is smiling again. Women began to save money for weeks just to sit in Madame Yere's chair. But no beauty comes free. At first, no one noticed, not until Ezine the dancer, once lively like morning birds, was seen weeks later sitting alone, staring at nothing. Not until Nwakego the loud one, whose laughter used to wake the village, began speaking in whispers so soft even the wind could not hear. Not until Ijeoma, who once ran like a hunter's dog, now walked slowly, as if every step weighed her down. One by one, the beautiful ones began to fade. Their skin lost color. Their smiles grew weak. Their eyes became distant, as if part of them was living somewhere else. But still, they returned to Madame Yere. Why? Because even in weakness, they remained beautiful. One evening, an old blind woman named Mama Anuli sat outside the village square, grinding herbs. She had been blind since birth, yet she heard things others could not. That night, as women passed by, heading to the Moonlight Market, Mama Anuli lifted her head slowly. Her voice came firm and cold. "Do not let that woman touch your hair." The women stopped. "Mama Anuli, what do you mean?" She tilted her head toward them as if watching with ears. "I heard it. The hair she braids, it moves even when she sleeps." The women laughed nervously. "Mama, hair does not move." The old woman did not laugh. "Not all hair belongs to human." They hurried away, pretending not to hear, but her voice followed after them like wind. Beauty taken is never beauty kept. In that same village lived a young woman named Obioma. She was not the most beautiful, not the worst. She was simply ordinary in face, but not in heart. She had a kind spirit, strong hands, and laughter that lifted even crying children. But secretly, she wished to be seen, not just for her kindness, for her beauty too. Her friends warned her, "Don't go to Madame Yere. Something is wrong there." Obioma smiled. Maybe beauty makes people quiet. That is why those women have changed. They shook their heads, but she had made her decision. She waited until full moonlight. As drums echoed in the distance and firelight danced on clay walls, she walked to the moonlight market. The air smelled of roasted plantain, palm wine, and spices from land no one could name. But Obioma did not stop to look. Her eyes were fixed on the hut of long black braids. Madame Nyere was waiting, as always. She did not greet. She simply pointed to the stool Obioma sat. The hairdresser stood behind her and slowly lifted her comb. Before the comb touched her hair, Obioma looked into the mirror in front of her. It was wide and clear, but something was wrong. Her reflection did not sit still. For a moment, she did not see herself as she was. She saw herself old, face wrinkled, hair gray, eyes empty. She blinked. Her reflection changed again. This time, she saw herself lying on a mat, hair long and shining, but body stiff like corpse. She gasped softly. Madame Nyere tilted her head, watching through the mirror. Do not be afraid. The mirror only shows your possibility. Her voice was calm, but her eyes hungry. The comb touched Obioma's scalp. At first, it was gentle. Then she felt it. Something pulled inside her. Not her hair. Something deeper. A slow draining, like water leaving a pot. Her heartbeat grew faint. Her thoughts grew slow. She tried to speak, but the braid tightened. The hair slid across her shoulders, down her arms, across her neck, like 1,000 tiny snakes. She tried to move, but the braid held her still. Her voice broke in a whisper. Let me go. Madame Nyere leaned close, smiling with pride. You wished for beauty. Beauty has a price. The braids pressed harder around Obioma's throat. Her vision blurred. She heard whispers, not from the hairdresser, but from the braids themselves. Sleep, sleep, give, give. Her lungs fought for breath. Her hands trembled. Her world darkened. To be continued in part 2. Will Obioma escape or become another silent beauty in Madame Nyere's collection? Watch out.